with the one, the only Ali Mokgalaka, my former high school teacher. Po, 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 po. You know what?
I don't know how to po, but I'm high.
But you are.
We should buy that po.
That po sound, right?
Yeah.
How are you saying?
I'm blessed. How you doing?
I'm excited.
Good to see you. Beautiful crew, everybody looking good.
Yeah.
How you doing, guys? We're not here. That's why we are on TV.
I'm very much excited.
I'm excited myself.
Sure.
Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for coming. It's an honor to interview, my former high school teacher. Shows you did something good. I mean, went to school, we are here.
Amen. Amen.
All right. Can you just give us a brief background on who Ali Mokgalaka is?
Ali Mokgalaka, it's I would like to say it's a simple guy. Bit complicated to people that don't know him, but I know him. So yeah. He's a simple guy. Born, bred in Guyana, Makuba village, but then grew up in the Namakale. I know people in the Namakale say, what? Oh yes, I'm from the Namakale, Madala Swamp. I stayed at house number 88, house number 92. I stayed in the 1559. So I stayed, I'm a Kinnamutuamugas. So okay. I'm a simple guy. I'm an educator, maybe to make it a bit short. I'm a Metro FM Best R&B award-winning artist. 5 times EXMA Awards winning artist. I'm the National Best Teacher Award winning teacher. I also recently represented South Africa in internationally in Dubai, and I'm a born again Christian. I love God. I believe in Yeshua Hamashiach, whom you call Jesus, and I'm a happy person. And everything that I've said here now, it's not about me. I just wanted to say by God's grace and the support of people around me and everything. So my introduction's got none to do with the accolades, and it's about God's grace.
Yes. Okay. How do you approach teaching or engaging with students? You just said you're the best, or you're the best national teacher. How did we get there? How is your approach to teaching?
I did not even know that I was the best, because it's like I'm saying it. Look, I think thanks to the Department of Education for the initiative of NTA, and I became a national best teacher 2022-2023 academic year. But it must be made known that and to encourage people that you don't do this so you win awards. It will be very wrong. It's cheating. It's evil if people do those kind of things in order to win awards. So it's somebody that noticed me, thanks to Mr. Johan Janssen from Rensbeck, who is the principal for high school, France de Toy High School. Hello, Francis.
Hi, Francis. Blue Bloods.
Beautiful school, France de Toy. So he just saw something in me. He said, you need to enter this. And then from there, they nominated me. But then coming to your question, how do we do that? You need to have the love for the learners. You need to have love for South Africa. You need to be dedicated when you teach. You need to be honest and be, you mustn't be a check collector. You must go to work not because you're going to get paid. You need to go to work because you love kids and you want to see people succeed and you want South Africa. Now, when you go to class, it means then you've done your preparations. If you love South Africa, and then you check even individual shortcomings of learners. If they're slow learners and all that, you give them time. But then it goes beyond a classroom. When others are leaving and are going home, what do? Now you need to remain and let the kids practice soccer. Let there be check if the sound of the school is ready for tomorrow. Let's have choirs. Let's check if the learners that are from poor background have clothes, and without anyone knowing, then you need to have your clothes bank and do all kids eat. Now that you do because you are dedicated. Now, that's where it proves that you're not there for a check.
The check only,
because you still get paid if you leave at 2 o'clock, for example. But then why are you remaining? Is that now you see that this is where the love for learners and those kids, when you do your extra classes during Saturdays and even after school, or even during breaks, and you don't have your own break. So it goes beyond, what you're hired to do. And that makes you a good teacher, I would like to think. But then, as I said, it mustn't be because somebody must recognize you after.
Yes.
It must be from your heart. You must be honest about
yes.
it.
What is the most memorable moment you have as an educator?
It's a bit emotional. It's when I introduced African languages to former Module C schools. It was not easy. It was, and there's nothing wrong with anyone that is working at my school. Just that, when that moment came, and I was handpicked, and I would like to mention great guys like Dr. Aaron Motsoaledi, who is the Minister of Health now. He's one of the guys who handpicked me, of course, with our history at University of the North, Limpopo, where we were forward with struggle. And struggle would mean there must be parity, irrespective of color, race, and all that. So when he realized that there are African learners that are in former Module C schools, but then they're not given that opportunity to learn
in their African language.
Yes. And then he told us, when he made us to meet in a hotel in Port Saras. I don't know what it's called now.
In Moca.
So he had to pay for me and others that he trusted would meet there. Then he said, I'm sending you out there, soldiers, to go make sure that's going to be changed. It's a serious thing, and it's not going to be easy. So, and when I came to France the Toy, it was not easy. It's understandable. There was resistance, and but eventually we connected with those that were in Ben Forster, in Merenske, all the way up to the border of Limpopo. They were connecting with a network to make sure that this happens. And then that is very much what I think this is a serious thing, impact that I had on the Department of Education, because as I sit right here, an African child anywhere in the book has a right to choose. The right that they didn't have before. Now, because by God's grace, I was chosen to be one of the ambassadors, people who are going to do that. The whole province now, learners have a right to choose. I need to indicate this, that if at some stage, any year from now, if there's going to be a situation where a white child is forced to do an African language, I'll be the first one to say no. The white child has a right as well
to learn in their home language.
To choose.
Yes.
There are African learners who are learning, who are doing English home language. They have a right to choose. They're not forced because then you're African, then you must do an African. No. The struggle was, let the learners choose.
Choose, yes.
And what we're saying is that if there's a white learner that wants to do Xitsonga, let them do that. If they want to do Afrikaans, let them do that. But they cannot be forced. And if there's going to be, at any time, any government that will say a white child must be forced to learn and not learn their language, but learn the other language. If it's supplementary with the spirit of helping them know more how to greet and all, it's all right. But if immediately you say you're going to force them, I'll be the first one to say this won't work in South Africa. And then I'm going to fight whoever is going to come with that.
Yes.
So it was not bitter like black kids, African kids. No. It wasn't like that. It was And I still stand on that learners have to choose and parents have a say on the language, and we're still pushing it. Language of teaching and learning, and the Bella Bill, kids will pass much better life sciences if they are taught in
the language that they understand. Yes.
It's about the child. It's not about me. Other people will be bitter about it. Hey, you want to know? It's about the child. It's not about you.
Yes.
It's not about you.
It's about the child.
It's about the child. So you and I, we're done. Okay, we're done with school. Let's let the kids benefit. Let's not be personal about it. Where do the kids benefit when they learn in their own mother tongue? We've seen that. And if that is possible, when it comes to budget, when it comes to other things, why not?
All right. So how do you think you make a difference in the lives of students?
To make a difference in the lives of learners, it's a serious thing that one has to introspect and check while sitting down, checking what am I doing? And this is results based. When it comes to academics, I have produced doctors, teachers. I'm sitting with the radio personality right now. I look fancy, right? Not I look fancy. I do look fancy in a beautiful studio, and we have produced a lot of people. And then, like I said, it doesn't end.
Yes.
I have a project. It's called Help a Graduate Get a Job. What I do is I collect CVs and literally walk in town, knock in businesses, and say, here is a CV, here's a learner, they are graduates or they didn't graduate, they are from this school, blah, blah, and hire them. Somewhere I don't succeed, but I can tell you right now, I can attest to you guys to say that I have many people that have been hired through my program. So that is contributing. It's not like you don't care about the learner after school.
You must also care.
I must. I have a movie called Stuck, where former France Detroit learners are acting.
Yes, I watched it.
Yes, it's a beautiful movie. So we were building them. That is, they were no longer France Detroit learners. So when we talk of contributing towards the development of a holistic development of a person. Even after school, is that you need to make follow-ups. What do you do? How do you call them? Where are you? I've got learners who I got bursaries for, who couldn't go to varsity, and then I picked the phone and called people, and they got, and I've got names, just that I won't mention.
You won't mention them.
I've got names, and some of them will call you maybe sometimes say I'm one of them. We need to be careful as a country that we do not send our learners out there to schools and then we dump them. Then we are useless. We need to check what are they doing after medicine. We should actually have a specific body that checks that and make sure that people progress even and become successful in all. So right now, and I know I'm very controversial when I say this, we having subjects that dump kids in metric, and they cannot do things with their hands. I've said this many times. I'm part of the Department of Education, so I'm partly to blame. We need to come up with, and I've said this when I met the former minister, Ms. Xitsonga, and the president was there as well in education, to say, our education system needs to equip learners with skills that will enable them to work. We're talking about building, we're talking about auto mechanic, we're talking about coding and robotics, we're talking about things that they can do without going to varsity. Yes, they must go to varsity, but what can they do with their hands?
With their hands, yes.
Can they start a business? And I sometimes make a joke. And I ask my learners, I say, where do you get your driver's license? I get it from the traffic department. That's good. Where do you get your license to deal in diamonds and gold? Then they look at me, they don't know. And why that don't they know is because as an education system, we don't provide for that.
Yes.
While Africa is rich in minerals, why don't we have a subject that deals with
just the
minerals and how to make business out of it? It means therefore that we want to teach them memory-based education where they have to remember things and not do anything about it. As long as you can remember that in 1920 what happened. A locust has 4 legs. If it has, I don't care. If it has 9.
That's not what we need to learn.
And then if I cannot reproduce that on paper,
then it means I'm not smart. Yes.
That's not smart.
That's what they say.
That to think that I'm not smart if I cannot reproduce what I studied yesterday is not smart on its own. It shows that there are loopholes
in the system.
Which I say I'm part of it. I should be working with other stakeholders to rectify that. So to answer your question is that I've done a lot, and by God's grace, and I don't want to be rewarded for that. I'm just doing it because I love people. You can talk about movies. When we started this radio station long time ago, this very long time ago, with Sin Lolipedi and with Joe Mohadi, I was a part of this. And then because I got busy, and then I said, you guys run with it long time ago. So it goes way beyond. If you can go to the whole Namakhala, you will not pass a section. When we say section A, the A, the B, the what, Dallas belong to. You will not, in every section, there's a life that I've impacted of a learner, where they are doing very well, and because we crossed, so it's I've done a lot, and I will need to thank God for the opportunity. And even with my podcast, which is Moca Talk, we're still touching people. We're still opening opportunities. People who want to advertise their businesses, they just come there for an interview, and we will do an advert in between, and it's for free. And that on its own is changing, lives of many. I talk a lot.
I know. I know. So you recently won a National Best Teacher Award. When that moment happened, what was going through your head? What were you thinking? Was it, oh my God, my learners, oh my God, what was
what's funny is that what's good is that God prepares you for these kind of things, especially if you are called for it.
Yes.
Remember, I won awards before. So Metro FM, that's huge.
It's very huge. Yes.
Xitsonga Awards, Xitsonga Music Awards, MLFM Awards, and Mama Gantangwisi Award for humanitarian kind of award. I had 1 award. So, but this was new. That was music.
This was different.
And I didn't expect, because then I go to work. Now, when we entered, and there was, shop listing and all those, if you call it that, where sifting, where they check a lot of things. When I made the top 5, when I was informed by the national office that you need to be in Pretoria, because you are in the top 5, something like that. I was like, okay, this is serious now, because then we were 1,100 and something. The last, we were many, and then we came to 1,100 and something. And they told me that 3 were from Gauteng, 1 Mpumalanga, 1 Limpopo. So we're the ones that we. And then when they called my name, I could tell, from the hotel, when the people were preparing me, if they interview, why would they interview?
Why are you interviewing me?
And then when we went to I forgot the venue in Pretoria. I'm always traveling, so yeah. And then I realized that, okay, every time they say top 1, top 3, number 3, number 2, number 1. for other categories. But for this one, it's just an announcement according to the program. So they're just going to announce. So as during the ceremony, I realized that it means I'm the winner, because here is an announcement. It's not an announcement of top three.
Top three, yeah.
It's an announcement of the national best teacher. Not the announcement of top three.
Top three.
So by the time they announced, it was just a confirmation that I won.
You won, yeah.
And your question being that, was it about my learners? About
what was going through your head?
It was. I wasn't a teacher for nothing. It means somebody somewhere
is recognizing what you're doing.
What I'm doing.
Yes.
And I thank the department that they recognize so many other teachers. But to win the national best teacher, that's serious. That's like if they say South Africa stand up, I need to stand up.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? So it was overwhelming. It was fulfilling. And it was like, well, okay. I'm thankful that I'm recognized, and it means the department is on the right track. They're doing the right thing. And everything. So.
How did winning impact your career and your personal life? I mean, personal life, obviously, you're doing interviews left, right, and center.
It impacted me in a positive way. I need to say this on air that I was able to be, of course, I was recognized via music, and because I have my movie on Zanzi, Makume, where I'm with Cosmo of Generations and all other people. So people could recognize. Besides now that I got beard, they don't recognize that. That's Enoch from Makume, so they don't recognize. But then to add to that, I was recognized by people, but then different people from the Department of Education and the government as well. The department will recognize me. Learners will take teaching serious. I think what the impact there is that teaching now is fashionable. They can see that you can travel, you can be recognized, you can. You don't have to be a particular kind of people. Me being me, me being me, and people thinking that I'm fashionable.
Yeah. But you are fashionable.
Those kind of, so somebody like him can be a teacher. Oh yes, you can. And we're making that. So it impacted me that I can pick up a phone and say, I'm sorry, so I am this. Oh, that's you. So this I used to open doors for others. And I've had work offers from other people and other schools and other provinces, but then it's by choice that I'm still in Phalaborwa. I'm still thinking about it. There's others that are very, very attractive, especially overseas. I'm thinking about it, and but then there's just things that I need to finish in Phalaborwa, fulfill, and make sure that I'm done with them. Then we'll see. God will guide. So it opened doors for me, and I can network better. I think I'm sitting right here now because of that. That I've got a lot of interviews, newspapers. I'm Googleable. I'm Googleable, and it's all good. I need to mention that I'm not perfect. You don't have to be perfect to make an impact. Actually, God uses people who don't think much of themselves. And God has taken me through a journey where He will show me that I'm not perfect. And He said, now that you see that you're not perfect, let me use you so that you can see that it's me working through, not you. So I'm very much honored that it opened a lot of doors, and a lot of doors are still going to open. Even with this interview, as they listen, call me.
Okay. How did it feel when you were top 50 finalists for the Global Teacher Prize?
That is
because I was following the journey. And I was like, yo, Sabawell.
You just wanted to go to Dubai.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
It was overwhelming. You need to understand that that is the world. Now, when they say you're going to represent a country, you're like, what? It's a country. So you get those flags. When they say South, they don't call you by name, no.
They say South Africa.
They say South Africa. Then you walk in Canada. They walk in USA. You get what I mean? Now you get to get the sense, I'm a country now. And that on its own is an honor. It felt fulfilling. Remember, we were over 5,000 teachers from all over the world. And to be in the top 50, to say you made the cut, and you called by people in from outside. And it was a proud moment for the country, a proud moment for the Department of Education, proud moment for my family, my mom. Me! So
me.
it was a proud moment for my learners, for my school, Xitsonga, which is a very good school.
Yeah.
Proud moment for my headmaster, a very good man. And it was just fulfilling. It's an honor, really, in a lifetime to go and say you represent the country and the country. That is so I felt overwhelmed, and I'm thankful to God. I felt God still got a purpose, and He told me something. Please remember this. He said, "This is not where you're going." God told me that.
You're still going somewhere.
He said, "This is just a preparation of where I'm taking, which is a much, much, much bigger responsibility. And I don't know where He's taking me, but He's preparing me for something.
That's
all
greater.
These things, so that when I get there, I don't get too excited, because I've been in an exciting moment. I've won awards, and so when I go there, I will know there's a work to be done. Because I'm no longer that person who gets excited just jing. So He told me, and I was shocked when He told me that, and I don't know where He's taking me. So I was overwhelmed.
Let me just ask this, right? From a recognition point of view, you talked a lot about being recognized by the department itself. I don't know if it's just my feeling or our feeling, because we feel like in South Africa, maybe you were supposed to be, on the billboards and whatnot. Maybe the department was supposed to say, you know what, now that this has happened, we want you to be a council here or something like that. Do you feel like you have been recognized enough, or it's just by the way?
I was tempted not to respond to those kind of questions. I didn't know it was gonna pop, but we are here. Look, I am the Department of Education. So when somebody says you feel you've been recognized by the Department of Education, you are saying, do you feel you've been recognized by yourself?
By yourself.
I think the Department of Education, this is a very good department with responsible leaders. I feel, to answer you direct, I feel I've been recognized. And I'll come to the second part where you're talking about billboards and all. I mean, I won the National Best Teacher Award. That is an award by the Department of Education. And I got money. They gave me money.
How much did you get?
You don't tell nobody. You don't tell nobody. So that is a recognition on its own. When I came back, there was a convoy of cars. As I entered Phalaborwa, when I landed at the airport from Hoedspruit, it wasn't from Hoedspruit, but as you enter, there was convoy until the school. The school and the department and the second inspector, they are the Department of Education.
Yes.
Now that is recognition on its own. The district director gave me a huge cup. I can't carry that thing. It's too big. And we were at the chamber in Guyana, so she recognized me. When I went overseas to represent the country, Miss Ntombi Mhlaba, who is at the province, gave me a call and said, "Congratulations." And she checked if I was all right. Okay, she checked if I was okay. And I told her I'm okay. So I've been recognized. Talking of billboards, maybe if South Africa, the government, not the Department of Education, if South Africa needs somebody to inspire somebody, I'm available.
Yeah.
If you want to put me on a billboard to say, somebody from a village, somebody from nowhere has done 1, 2, 3, 4, you can do that. They are welcome to do that, but they don't owe me nothing.
Oh, okay.
The Department of Education don't owe me. I don't owe myself anything. I'm the Department of Education. I don't owe myself anything. I get paid, by the way, every month.
Yeah.
So there are those that want to make this about being personal.
Yeah.
It's not personal. It's me helping school learners, and whether or not there were awards. Remember, these awards, they don't check now, they check over the years.
Yeah.
So that you don't cheat. Otherwise, then you start now and then next year you can be recognized. So they check over the years, 10, 15, 20 years from there, back from now. And they check what have you been doing without knowing of the award. So if I can inspire somebody and it's for that purpose, not for myself, well, put the billboard there and I'm available. Why I'm saying this, I'm just saying I'm available, not that it must be done. I'm recognized, I get paid, and my trip was fully paid by the Vaki Foundation. So there's no complaint there. I didn't even use my money. Vaki Foundation, it's a rich organization who organize the Global Teacher Prize. So there's no complaint. And I need to put this on record. I ran short of money. I got my own money. And I would have done that. And had I not had my own money, I would have gone to the department to say, please assist. And they know they would have assisted.
Yeah.
I don't see anything wrong that the department or the country has done. And when I came back and don't be from the province, Department of Education province called me to say, wow, well done and all that. So I've been recognized big time. And thank you so much to everyone. And thanks to God. And the Department of Education is beautiful. I am beautiful. I am the Department of Education. I'm beautiful. We're doing a great job. We recognize each other, but it's not a must. Don't do things in order to be recognized. Do things with loyalty. Do things because you want to help somebody. Yes.
So, how has this experience helped you grow as an educator from, personally and to being an educator? How has it helped you just grow?
Yeah, I've changed.
You've changed.
I've changed. I don't even know myself. I've changed a lot. I've mingled with people from all over the world, teachers, best teachers. Now I can train teachers to be professional with the NTA, National Teacher Awards. I'm more professional now. And I am involved in a lot of things that I've been to Education Network. And the first one that was organized by the former Minister, the other one that was organized by SACE. I have contributed a lot. Some of the things that are happening in the department right now are my contribution during the Hutla in Randbeck. Is it Randbeck? Okay, I forgot where, but next to OR Tambo there, and also in Pretoria where we had those meetings. In Boxbeck. We had those meetings where they value me, and that's another recognition by the government to say, we value you as a teacher. Come and say, what do you want to say about education? And you remember one of the things that I said is that they must get rid of LO and bring life skills. Everybody was saying, why are you saying that? I'm still saying that. Or we can match that so that people can have skills. So I've said things that coding and robotics, that's my idea. Can you imagine the whole country is going to do coding and robotics? Because it was my input. It's a recognition, whether people know or not. That's me who said there must be coding and robotics. There must be, subjects that equip learners with skills. Fourth industrial revolution skills. 21st century skills. I'm more professional. I feel I can run an office now, and and give directives, anywhere, whether it be in the Department of Education, whether it be in the country. And I'm not asking for a job. Don't confuse it. I'm just saying, if for example, the country can deploy me to another office, I can do that because I am more. And who you trained me in that is the Department of Education. I can do that. So with my experience, that was given to me by the department, I'm a better person. I'm a better leader. I can do everything. I can go run a country. I can be a president. I'm joking.
I was about to say, yay, the ANC is coming for you.
I'm joking. But if I was to be deployed by the country somewhere, I know I can represent the country very well, and I can run the office very well. I make sure I'm focused, I'm sober, more sober. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm saying I'm better than before.
Okay. So in the last 2 minutes, what legacy do you hope to leave behind? And what particular story do you have that has made you, the best educator that there is? And what future plans do you have?
The legacy that I want to leave behind, it's I think 2 weeks ago, I was in a meeting with some guys in Dubai, short one. We're thinking of opening a school. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I would like to have schools everywhere. I want to invest in education to the benefit of a learner. If I can do that, I'll be happy. If it doesn't happen, so that's what I want to leave behind. If it doesn't happen, because there's technology and IT,
we've seen.
So I will open that school. We already have Xitsonga Online, where we have more than 100,000 views, where we just teach online. So we will have the school either physical or online, where we'll include now not only one subject, but then all subjects, maths and all. So we'll have that, which is the way to go. But so there will be a school. That's the legacy that I'm going to leave behind, and that is 50 years from now when I leave this earth. I'm still here.
You're still here.
Then, what is your other thing? The legacy and.
Can you just tell me just one particular story that made you like, this is why I wanted to be a teacher?
I didn't want to be a teacher. I wanted to be a plastic surgeon. When people are in accidents and then I fix your nose and all. It was by chance and God's grace that I became a teacher, because then I couldn't afford fees
to be a plastic surgeon.
Yes. So, and I got a bursary. So, but then I do not regret that, because now God showed me why
you are here,
why I'm here.
Yes.
He kept me a slave to my destiny, like he did with Joseph. He was arrested in Egypt and he had to stay in jail so he doesn't proceed to Iraq or to Dubai, to stay there in Egypt
so he can be
be a prince.
Yes.
You see, so I was arrested by the directives of God in this purpose, be a teacher. And my story is that I've changed a lot of people's lives. I can tell you right now, there are people who were into drugs and are no more into drugs.
Yes.
When I came to France, there was no soccer, and the province there's soccer now. And there was no African now, there is African now. There's a lot of changes that are brought. The whole province. Bless you. You are blessed. You should get her water. But
sorry, I need water.
And then
I just get water quickly.
Run. I'll keep talking.
Right.
And then I became, I changed people's lives in your absentia. I changed people's lives, and that on its own is a story that is exciting to me. That it was not my presence on earth is not only about me. It's also about everyone else. Actually, I'm the least on the list. Everyone else matters. people that have impacted their lives. Those people are very, 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 very important. Welcome back.
Thank
So
you.
as I was saying, my stories that I impacted everyone around me and positively, and that I've realized that on the list of people to be impacted, I'm the last one. So, and that on its own is fulfilling, because that's all we're gonna take to God. 50 years from now, when I depart this earth, I'll be able to stand in front of God and say, I impacted on this and this, on not what did you do? I had breakfast, I had a good life, I've got what it's all about you. God brought me to this to impact on somebody, and I'm happy that it's unfolding in front of my eyes. I can see the lives of people changing, people getting jobs, people getting bursaries, people, getting rid of drugs, kids playing, and interviewing people on podcasts, and they give their views. And sitting right here on this platform right now on, Phalaborwa FM to talk to people, and somebody's life is going to be changed by this. On its own, that's my story.
Okay, so what future plans do you have? What must we expect from you?
I don't want to share that. I've got a lot of future plans, but trust me, I want to build a legacy. I'm going to build wealth. I want to be super rich. I want to be healthy. How to get there?
Yeah.
I won't tell, because those are my plans. I've already started to put everything on paper and all that is going to happen. I'm going to be very, very rich. That is my plan. Why would I be rich, and why must I be rich? I know that I must leave wealth to many people. I don't want a situation where they'll just go to my graveside and say, they must actually, as they walk in town, and say, that's the impact he made. Yes. I'm like this because of this. I'm this rich because of him.
Yes.
And these are his businesses that he has started. And that is the road that I've started, and it started already. We're no longer talking about the future. I'm just going to strengthen them. And it's going to happen. I'm going to be a billionaire. You know that it's not a fluke. I'm going to be a billionaire soon. And I'm working on those plans. I can see, and I've got a support system around. Yes. I've got people that are saying this is going to happen in this fashion, in this fashion, in this fashion. And when I finally become a billionaire, it will show.
Well, no.
It will show.
Okay.
It will show.
Right.
I'm not yet rich. When I become rich,
we will know.
you will see.
Okay. Thank you so much for honoring my invite. Thank you so much for being. It's actually an honor that I actually got to interview my educator, and obviously we passed, with better grades because we had a teacher like you. So we are very, very much honored. I'm sure the class of 2016 is also honored by...
I'm exposing mine.
I'm exposing mine. But yeah, I'm sure we are honored. Everyone who was in Francis that year doing their matric, and obvious today the doctors, others are doing other professions.
You need to come back and...
we are very...
Give me some money.
Yes.
I'm just joking.
We are very honored because we are the way we are because of you. So thank you for impacting our lives, and also thank you for joining my interview, just particularly. So thank you for being here.
Thank you so much that you hosted me. Thanks a lot to the viewers. Remember, we are here on Earth, allow me to say, for 100 years as a person. And then there's life after. You don't know Yeshua as your personal savior if you're not born again. I'm not asking you to be perfect.
Yeah.
Somebody is thinking, I need to get rid of this person. You won't be able to.
Yes.
If you have that, if you don't know Yeshua, please accept him as personal savior.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. Thank you to all viewers. Watch Moca Talk and subscribe, check. Also subscribe to listen to Phalaborwa FM. I love you all.